World Liberty Financial burned 47 million WLFI coins, which is equivalent to, in US dollars, if you want to know, it's about $11 million. And that is just in 2 days of the launch of this coin as far as spot exchange listing is concerned. So quite a big statement in my opinion. Obviously, tokenomics, I've shared my personal thoughts with you guys. Yesterday update was specifically me kind of going over what my personal thoughts are on this, but we're going to talk about day-to-day updates for this. You guys showed tremendous amount of support. I'll bring you guys daily updates on here, but I need you guys to do me a favor by smashing that like button and hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we upload. But yeah, a big statement here, and I think this is going to bring in a lot of excitement, towards people that are obviously holding WLFI coin. Obviously, it's nothing crazy. It's not like billions and billions of dollars, but 11 million by no means is a small number, and it is something. So, to the incredible World Liberty financial community, we are beyond honored by the success of yesterday's launch, and this is coming from Eric Trump. The first round was sold at 0.015 just 10.5 months ago. That's insane, guys. Over the past 24 hours, WLFI is trading in a range between approximately 20 cents to 28 cents, almost a 20x the initial offering price, including approximately 3.1 billion of trading volume in the first 24 hours alone, solidifying the World Liberty Financial as the top 10 most traded crypto asset yesterday and the top 27th valuable by market cap. This public launch was just the beginning, and I believe the fundamentals of the company are unmatched, and WLFI's future is unlimited. And this is obviously coming from Eric Trump. But let's get into the price itself. So if you're looking at the price, 22.6 cents right now, we're seeing once again a retracement of about 7.3%, pretty much in all comparatives. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USD valuation sitting at 6.2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $1.2 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if you're looking at the dominance index here, you're looking at the dominance index since not just over the last 10 hours, we have seen the dominance pushing towards the downside. But, we need to focus on, this upwards trend that we're seeing for the dominance since August 31st. So we're definitely in this upwards trajectory. Obviously, in a grand scheme of things, nothing to be worrying about as of now, because just about 2 months ago, we're sitting way higher than where we are right now. But again, this is something we don't want to be ignoring, though it is worthwhile noting. But as far as Bitcoin is concerned, Bitcoin did come up to 111,700, got rejected at that key range, still holding its ground, quite nicely. We'll see what happens as we do go further into Wednesday to see where Bitcoin kind of pushes. If we're able to get back above 112, that gives me a little bit more hope that we could be heading to our 115,000 confirmation level 1. Which would be obviously nice to see. But with that being said, now that we know what's happening with Bitcoin and all that stuff, let's talk about what's happening with World Liberty Financial. So World Liberty Financial, again, we could sit here, make all these charts, good, all that good stuff. But it's too early, like I said in my yesterday's update, to do technical analysis. But let's take a closer look and see what's really happening with this coin as of now, because it's always fun to do that. Yesterday's update was quite a mixed opinion, though. Some people, it's either like you hate it or you like it a lot, and that's what I understood based off of the comments that I'm receiving from my last update. But if you're looking at World Liberty Financial coin right now, you can see sideways range, within this 22 cents key range. You can expect some wicks towards the downside, and obviously the futures platform and early comers. But guys, 20x, there's going to be some people that want to lock some profits in, the early investors, the big players. They want to lock some profits in, and there's nothing that we can do. No one can control that, and that's just a reality. So, we've seen a few wicks down to 22 cents. You could see this for yourself 3 different times, kind of finding support, like building a support around that key range. You could see this for yourself. But also at the same time, 23.5 cents was retested 2 to 3 different times literally since we broke below this key range at 23.5 cents on September the 2nd. You can see, we actually started to try to, head back above that key range, but it's having a little bit of a hard time doing so. But remember, this is fairly new coin. It's a fairly new coin, still sitting at about 6.2 billion valuation, which is really impressive in my opinion. Again, the confirmation still is around the 25.7 cents. I think that's a fair confirmation based off of how early this chart really is. I think if we're able to break out of here, this thing could really start making some moves. And if you want to put that into perspective, that itself would be a move of about only 14% from where we currently are. Keep a very close eye on BTC. If Bitcoin pushes up, to 112 and, to our confirmation level 1 at 115, I think, WLFI could really start gaining momentum. And as more and more people start finding out about, this major burn that has happened, I think that could also have a positive impact on the price in the upcoming hours ahead of us. Me personally, if you did miss my update yesterday, again, I'll tell you guys my personal thoughts. I think this coin can see some crazy, hype factor around it due to the fact who's involved in this. In terms of, the platform itself, will it be here to stay in the long term? I think, I think it'll have its spot. Again, I'm speaking from my own personal opinion. I think it'll have its spot, but there's obviously a lot of competition. So obviously, if it brings some sort of unique, aspect or a tool or an incentive, maybe it beats its competitors. Right now, it's way too early to tell. But I think in the immediate short term, with the momentum that we're seeing right now with the crypto space and with the names backing it, I think this could bring in a lot of eyes from bigger players, even retail included. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And if you want to see more of these updates, of course, let me know in the comments. And I will see you later in Crypto ZX and peace out.